Welcome to Godly Play. Thank you for coming here. We'll just start with a song and then tell you the story. And then you can do your work by yourself at home. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Now just with our hands. Today's story takes place in the desert bags that we gave you. How we open it. The desert, a very dangerous place. It's very hot during the day and very cold at night. It's never the same twice because winds blow, moving the sand around. People get lost. And without enough food and water, sometimes people die. The desert is a dangerous place. And people don't go there unless they have to. Here is Jerusalem, the city of David. Here's the temple in Jerusalem that Solomon built. Here are some of the people of God. Here are the cities: Babylon, Haran, the cities by the great rivers, Tigris and the Euphrates. The people of God lived in Jerusalem, and they knew God was with them there. But they came to believe that God was maybe only there, and that when they prayed, they had to be at the temple. They also came to believe that the walls of the city would protect them from anything. But then the Assyrian army came and fought. The people of God went inside the city walls and fought back. They fought for a long time. Started to run out of water and food, and some even died. It was a terrible time. But then the Assyrian army just went away. Then the Babylonian army came and fought, and they did not go away. They fought and they fought. They broke down the walls of the city, and they burned the temple. The Babylonian soldiers took many of the people of God and made them leave the city. They only left people behind who were too old to walk. People had to walk when the soldiers said to walk. They had to get up when the soldiers said to get up. And rest when the soldiers said to rest. They could only eat when the soldiers said they could stop and eat. They were in exile. As they walked by the rivers of Babylon, often they stopped and wept. They cried as they hung their harps up on the weeping willows and sang sad songs about how they remembered Jerusalem. They came to Babylon to live in Babylon, but they still remembered their home, where just a few people were left and where the city had been burned. They remembered how God has been there, and so whenever they prayed for a long time, they would pray facing Jerusalem. But do you know what happened? Over time, they came to realize that whenever they gathered to pray, God was with them. And so they knew that God was there. The king of Babylon allowed them to have a pretty normal life. They could have jobs, they could own shops, they could get married and have families. Things were okay. So it was a big surprise when the king of Persia came and took Babylon for himself. Now this new king, the king of Persia, told the people of God that they could go home if they wanted to. The first people to go back went with a prophet called Ezra. They traveled across the desert. And when they got there, they worked together to build the temple. The second group to go back went with the prophet Nehemiah. When they got there, they rebuilt the walls of the city. Do you know what happened? Not everybody went back. They were making new lives, and they knew that God was with them there. They were not in exile anymore. Now, I wonder what your favorite part of this story was. I wonder what part is the most important. I wonder if there's any part of this story that is especially about you or especially for you today? And I wonder if there is any part of this story that we could leave out and still have all the story we needed. Thank you for coming to Godly Play. Next, it's your turn to respond. Maybe you will tell this story in a different way, or however seems right to you. Or maybe you'll take the time to make some art. I don't know what you will do, only you know. Maybe you'll even get out your Bible and try to find some of these parts of the stories there. Only you know what work you can do today. But thank you for coming to Godly Play. This is how we close it. It's important to close it carefully. Put the toggles down. And then clean up any sand that we spilled. Let's sing the goodbye song together. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Bye-bye.